draws. I also, if I make a mistake, could get mated. And maybe I played too safely at some point. I went for this position I thought would be a bit better, but it turned out to be nothing, and then at some point I kind of missed queen e2, or underestimated it, and after that I was struggling a bit even, but it still seemed like a draw.
So you felt uncomfortable when the things came near to your king, e4, f4, and the queen came?
Okay, I can't say I was scared, but of course, I'd rather he's not attacking my king. But on the other hand, if I do refute the attack, I'm probably winning. So I believed in my position, but of course, it's hard to know exactly how to play it anyway.
But rook ending, do you have any chances to win rook endgame somehow? Maybe it was tricky.
Well, at the start I thought that I was worse, and then I think maybe he overlooked rook b5, after which I'm no longer in any danger and could get dangerous for him. I mean, his king is a bit misplaced. But then at the end, I don't know, okay. I mean, I can play 3 against 2, but it's going to be a draw. It's a dead draw, so I didn't feel like playing it.
2 games left, classical game. What do you think about it? Maybe tiebreak. Do you have anything in your mind about this?
Well, yeah, I mean, 2 games will both be very tough. It's clear this is going down to the wire, and also a tiebreak is, of course, a possibility, with only 2 games left. So we'll see, yeah. In any case, it'll be a very, very close finish. Thanks.
Bare glad for at det over. Yeah, I felt that it was very close to mate, but the problem is if I don't mate, I'm losing. So I was trying to find some middle ground, and my time was running out, and I don't know. I was just so nervous. I couldn't make it happen, and then it ended up just being nothing.
Are you satisfied with this before move after you started to think a6 and a5? It's a principal line, yes? So it was a new move for you also before?
Yeah, it was a new move. I mean, I thought I'd checked everything there after the previous games, but apparently not. But I was not so unhappy to see it, as I felt that I would just get a complicated game. And then at some point I was very happy with my position, but I probably overestimated it, and then I decided just to go crazy a bit. But yeah, I don't know.
What can you say about rook ending? At some point you didn't want to get an easy draw, yeah?
No, I mean, I was playing for a win, and then, I mean, immediately after I made this move, king d4, I saw rook b5, and I realized that I will have to grovel for a draw, but fortunately I managed to do that. But I think he could have put even stronger tests to me later on as well.
Thank you.
The Fabiano, I mean, what's your take on this game? How did you see it as a whole?
Yeah, it's the type of game I expected from this line. I mean, it's very, very double-edged. Both sides are taking risks. Black takes some very clear risks because he's going for an attack, so he's sort of going all in. And, of course, I'm getting attacked, so I could potentially get mated.
Yeah.
And, yeah, but at some point I really did feel like I would have an advantage.
So, I mean, what stage did you feel it was going out of control, or did you ever feel it went out of control?
Right when I played g3, I mean, this was such a difficult moment because after queen g5, I have so many options. It's Black's attack. I mean, there's a lot of potential for attack, but it's still a bit slow, and I have to decide how I want to set up my pieces. I think f3 was probably the best way to do it. I mean, after I played g3, I started to wish I had played f3.
Yeah. Okay. So you wish you played f3 here?
Yeah, because e3 is forced, so there's nothing else, and then I think g3 is maybe a better version because now I'm potentially picking up the e-pawn.
Yeah.
But it looked messy to me, and for some reason g3 looked stronger, and then I wished I hadn't played g3.
Yeah. Okay. And then, I mean, presumably the rook and pawn endgame is well balanced, but
yeah, I mean, there were so many moments for both of us to deviate along the way, but I mean, the only stupid moment was I didn't miss queen e2, but I just kind of,
Oh, we're down here. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I
Yeah, here.
didn't think this move was possible.
It's a nice trick.
Yeah, there's rook b6, and if queen d4, there's e3. And then,
We'll just show. Whoops, mouse slip. Sorry. We'll just show the trick. It's very nice. And c4 doesn't actually trap the queen because we have rook b6.
and if rook e2, then fe2 is kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Although
very
I
nice.
guess it's
And,
still.
yeah.
Nice trick.
The thing is also if queen d4 e3, then you cannot go c3.
Queen d4, e3.
Yeah. Then if c4, there's no check on c4 later. And c3, the rook hangs.
So Magnus, I mean, how do you feel about the game? Any missed chances? Regret any moves? Or
No, I think it was just a case of too complicated and too much at stake.
yeah,
I mean, I think that was the main thing here. So I don't know. I think I could have played better. I mean, many times. I think both of us made many mistakes probably.
I thought b5. I mean, what an absolutely fantastic move! This is just tremendous
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, the thing is, first of all, I was pretty happy after the opening, and then I kind of missed this concept with rook a3 and just king h1, and it feels like I should be doing well, but I don't know if my attack is not getting started, then it's
It's a beautiful concept. It's absolutely.
yeah. I mean, I thought for so long, and I wasn't sure about it, but I thought I just go for it, and I mean, up the stakes even more. Like
Yeah.
either you win the game or you get mated. So.
Did you see b5? I mean, in advance. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
obviously when it came to this position, but beforehand.
yeah, I mean, when I went for rook a3 in general, I was looking at this stuff.
Yeah.
But I thought that b5, knight b6 would be bad for black. And that's why I was expecting king h8. And I spent.
Sorry, king h8 instead of b5.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that it actually asks what the next move is. And many of my useful moves have problems, like rook e1 that runs into knight f6, and then f2 hangs in some lines.
Right.
And I was going to play king h8, f3, e3, g3. It seems like this was my only idea in the game.
Wow.
Which I thought was strong, but of course it's such a mess that I wasn't sure here
Yeah.
either. Yeah, I mean b5 is probably the correct choice.
Yeah, I mean, after g3, even
Sorry,
then,
in this position. Yeah.
even here b5, right? Okay, no, it's probably not good.
Yeah, b5 I thought now I can take and knight a3 and
Yeah.
something.
No, I mean, it's an amazing game. We could spend a very, very long time looking at variations, but let's throw it open. So, please, questions from journalists, please, and if you'd like to say your name and who you're working for. Macaulay.
Hi, Macaulay Peterson, Chessbase. Question for Fabiano. First of all, happy Thanksgiving. Some of your colleagues in St. Louis were making the, I guess, obligatory joke about snacking on the b5 pawn, but I wonder if you can talk a little bit about your thinking on that moment when you passed out that chance.
At the moment after b5?
24, when you played g3, taking the b5 pawn.
Oh, yeah, I really didn't want to take on b5. I mean, it feels kind of greedy, and I thought rook f6. I mean, I just didn't really see how to defend against this attack.
Yeah, I thought f3 maybe.
Yeah, e3.
e3 and queen e2.
Yeah, so. And if rook h6, what do I
Yeah,
do?
rook h6, g4.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, to be honest. I can go bishop d8 and the game goes on, but I wasn't.
Next game. Let's have the next question. Mike.
MikeLineChess.com. Questions for Magnus Carlsen. Magnus, you said you played b5 to up the stakes. I'm curious if that move was made in any way based on the match conditions, or do you think you would have likely also played that move in, let's say, round one of some, just regular tournament?
I don't know. As Fabi said, it wasn't so easy to find a move, and yeah, I mean, I did consider just going king h8 or something, but then I'd have to spend another 20 minutes to find my next one. So, it was partly based on the match situation. Yeah. I mean, I felt that it would be, even though I had less time at this point, I thought it would be very unpleasant to face. But I mean, yeah. But I mean, I didn't make it solely based on psychology, of course.
Okay, next question, please.
Yeah, please. Stefan Carlsen, Kölnische Rundschau. Question to Magnus. When this double root game appeared, do you thought you had real winning chances, or did you just try to press him a little bit?
No, I didn't particularly think I had real chances. I thought I'd try, and then unfortunately, on the moment that I played king d4, I only discovered after I made the move that rook b8 was a move that would have at least, I mean, passed the move on, and it wouldn't have been that easy for him to...
Rook b8.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I had two options. I thought rook a5 isn't pretty much the way to simplify. And
Yeah, sure.
And I thought that rook b5 was maybe a more interesting move.
No, I mean, I didn't think I was winning or anything. I mean, in the game I have to suffer a bit, so that's where I am.
Right, okay. Right, next question, please. Yes, Anatol.
Anatol Wituch, Der Standard. A question to both players. You were under quite serious time pressure in this game, both of you, and before the 40th move. And I wondered were you able to completely keep you cool in this situation with so much at stake, or were the emotions getting to you in this situation?
Fabian.
No, I mean, I didn't consider the time trouble too serious. I think we had a few minutes for the last few moves. Yeah. And considering how complicated it was earlier, I thought this was plenty of time for the last 2 or 3 moves.
Yeah.
And also the position, okay, I mean, I guess I can't say I really kept my cool because I did kind of miss after queen e2. I can't play queen b3. But still, the drawing margin is so high that I don't really see how I can really ruin my position.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the same. It wasn't such serious time pressure, I guess. It seems to me.
No, I mean, there was a little time pressure for sure. I mean, I cannot say that I kept my cool one bit.
Okay, next question. Yeah.
VG Norway. Question to both of you. Norway chess will try to use some new rules next year. For example, a draw will go to an Armageddon. Do you think that's a good idea?
Not after this one, and that's for sure.
But okay, for example, in a World Championship match, would it be suitable?
I don't know. I think a better idea is probably to prolong the match. Then there will be less at stake in each game, and probably more room for experiments.
So you would actually prefer to have more games in the match?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How many?
16, 18.
16, 18. Okay. Fabiano, do you any comment on the Armageddon thing or?
No, I really don't think that we should be playing Armageddon games after.
Fair enough. Okay, good. Next question. Stefan.
Frankfurt Allgemeine, to both players. You had a brief conversation after the game today. Do you recollect what you exchanged with each other right at the table?
Yeah, as usual, it's just some variations. I mean, pretty much just the variations we discussed right now. So.
Okay, right. Next question. Yeah, Jürgen.
NRK Norway. Question to both players. Are you starting to get nervous now?
Max.
I've been nervous for many days. I don't understand the question.
Fabiano.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's part of the game.
I mean, if you're not nervous during a World Championship match, then...
Yeah, there's something wrong. Yeah. Right. I guess it's how you control the nerves. Maybe that's the
that's
question.
important, of course.
Yeah. So how do you control your nerves?
I mean, I try it, but it's, of course, it's not easy. But I mean, I guess considering we're not blundering anything too horribly, we're doing a decent job of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Next question. Any more for any more? Okay, Lennart.
Lennart Otis, freelance. Question for Fabi. Any movie recommendations for our rest day tomorrow?
Movie recommendations?
Movie recommendations, yeah. You like to go to the movies yourself on rest days, so what can you recommend for us?
I don't even know what's out, actually. I have no idea.
Okay, well, in that case... yeah, please. Okay, one more question. There you go.
Tamar Skitladze, I'm not a journalist. I'm making film about female chess players. Can you imagine that you ever play here the final game of championship against a woman?
Magnus?
I mean, right now with the current crop of players, it's hard to imagine, but in the future, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, in the future it's possible, but right now there don't seem to be any players currently. So maybe not in my time, but certainly one day.
Yeah. Okay, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, and thank you to the players for an absolutely fantastic game.